Hello, I'm Mary Schafer, Senior FedRAMP Program Manager here at abnormal.ai. I sit within the security team under our CIO organization. My work focuses on translating complex public sector requirements into specific, actionable work for our security and IT and R&D and engineering teams to execute. I personally manage the scoping for these security and compliance deliverables and help ensure that our security posture and product roadmap are aligned. Before Abnormal, I served as an Army reservist and worked as a cybersecurity auditor and consultant. I spent a lot of time advising others on what needed to change in their environments, but I wasn't building the solution or living with the outcome. On Abnormal's rapid FedRAMP journey, we went from just an idea to a product that supports over 50 customers within the public sector space. And that's allowed me to see real product features come to fruition with measurable customer outcomes. That end-to-end ownership from requirements to delivery to customer success is exactly what I'd been looking for. Part of my role is translating requirements into real-world risk. One example came up when we were evaluating whether a new AI tool could be used in our federal environment. On paper, that requirement seemed administrative. Only use tools with the right FedRAMP authorization and update your boundary documentation if they're in scope. But the actual risk was straightforward. If that tool processed federal data or even sensitive metadata outside the authorized boundary, it creates security and audit exposure. Once the team understood that, the discussion changed. It was no longer about getting an exception. It became about keeping data inside the boundary or choosing an authorized alternative. This shift led to a much stronger, more defensible change management process. AI shows up as a practical assistant in our work. It can help summarize security requirements, surface gaps, and give us a first draft on security documentation. We also leverage it to spot patterns across findings and reduce some manual toil in our evidence collection. That said, for public sector work, we are deliberately limited in which AI tools we use. Federal data and metadata mean we need to be careful with what data leaves our approved federal boundary. So we only use approved tooling, and we do automate where we're allowed and layer in human review to stay compliant while getting a productivity boost. I'll never forget the day we onboarded our first FedRAMP customer. After months of meticulous preparation, we finally reached this moment of truth. And as I watched the app screen light up and saw the integration sync seamlessly, I think our team collectively exhaled. Seeing the genuine pride on the faces of my teammates, some of whom had never navigated federal requirements before, was incredibly moving. And it wasn't just this payoff or proving out of the product. It was about realizing that we could achieve something together by stretching our capabilities. The "it actually works" feeling is a memory I'll carry for a long time. What really makes this the right place for me is the culture. There's a deep sense of humility and shared ownership here. We have teams who truly care about doing the right thing for our public sector customers, ensuring that our security posture is a bridge to new missions rather than a set of constraints. I get to scale these high-stakes solutions alongside brilliant people who are just as committed to the mission as I am. There is really nothing more rewarding than that.